luvbugs. Hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, and welcome back to our channel. I hope that y'all are doing so well. I know I have been so bad with uploading, but like, I've been going to school for 13, almost 13 years, so I'm just not accustomed to that. And I was like, I don't think I could stay focused. I don't think that I would keep up with my assignments. I don't think I could learn without that visual, because when I don't understand something, I love that a teacher is there to help assist you. Now, some teachers can be real butts about it. They could be bad explainers, or they won't explain it to you because you should understand it. But usually when you don't understand something at school, you always have your teacher. You can ask questions and they'll help you better understand things, because they wouldn't be teaching things that they don't understand, you know? So when you're doing online, especially like how ours, since we're doing traditional and online, we don't have teachers that are doing Zoom classes. We don't, like, the teachers aren't at home themselves. The teachers are at school with the, you know, in real life students. So virtual students at our school, they don't get that, like, they don't Zoom, they don't call during the day, or maybe they call, but they don't, like, call during class. They just kind of, like, get their assignments and do them, and if they don't understand, they just ask questions, you know, which, of course, is always helpful, because usually teachers are so good about getting back, like, with your email and stuff, but that just sounds like I don't think I could do that. I like being able to be there, and when we're reading something, or when I have an assignment and I'm not really sure how to this because everything is just so different. We're all having to switch up the things that we're used to doing for Miss Rona. So, yeah. Okay. I feel like I rambled about school way too much. Let's move on to another topic. So, moving on to mental health. Okay. So, I could do a whole video on this, and I am planning on doing so many more personal attention videos for y'all. So, I won't like get into it right now, but I do want to mention a little bit about my state. So, recently, I have these moments where I feel very, very happy, and I'm always grateful for everything I have. But even if you have a lot of nice things and nothing really bad is happening to you, you can still feel sad or anxious or just unhappy, and that doesn't make you selfish, and that doesn't make you a bad person, and that doesn't make you ungrateful. I just wanted to say that because I'm sure a lot of people are feeling this way, including myself. That's why I wanted to mention it. Y'all know a lot about me, but not a lot. Y'all don't know my everyday. Y'all don't know my deep personal feelings, and I want to share as much as I can with y'all. So I did want to mention a little bit about how I've been doing. So I've been feeling very sad, and a lot of the time I don't really know why, which sucks because it's hard for me to hide those emotions to friends and family when I'm texting people and stuff. It is quite difficult to text happy or act happy when I'm not, and some of you might be like, well, what do you mean text happy? But I carry heavy energy in my text. If I'm super excited to talk to someone, or if I'm just having a good time, if I'm feeling good, you'll be able to tell in my text. I use a lot of capital, like all caps. I use a lot of cute names. I'm always calling my friends and my people like sweet names, and I just like you can just tell that energy. I use emojis and stuff, but when I'm feeling down, I get very short. Not a lot of enthusiasm. I start using things I wouldn't, like an example, I guess, would be, like, I don't say yeah a lot, especially short, but if I'm, like, upset, I'll put, like, Y-E-A, yeah, or okay. I always type out O-K-A-Y, or okay, like, okay, I-E, like, cute, but, if I'm, like, upset, I'll just be like, okay, and that's it. Or I never say thanks. I feel like thanks is so sarcastic and rude. Like on an everyday, I never ever say thanks to anyone unless it's very fitting with the name that I used. I can't think of an example of what I'm saying, but I always say thank you. I feel like that shows so much more gratitude than thanks. I don't know why, but sometimes I'll use like thanks, you know, that's how you know. And so, like, small or just something that is so insignificant to anybody else, why would I want anyone to worry about it? And I don't know, but I'm also one of those people that I like to be vocal with things, especially if I'm upset over a certain someone, whether it was something they said or did or something I found out or anything like that. I like to communicate, but at the same time, I don't, because I'm so confusing. I hate myself. Like, I'm always like, yes, communication is key, but then when that certain someone's like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. Or like, I just like, whatever, forget about it, because I don't know, I feel like it's stupid, or maybe when I wake up the next morning I won't feel the same, so there will be no reason to talk about it, or stuff like that. And or sometimes I just genuinely don't know, and here recently I don't know what's wrong, because there's so many good things that are happening to me. Nothing bad is happening. Like, none of my family members have gotten COVID. All of them are well. I have plenty of clothes. I have food in the house. I have so much to be thankful for. So why am I so sad? Or why do I cry to sleep sometimes? Like, why do I do that? And sometimes I'm like, oh, Dakota, you're just being too sensitive. It's like, you're such a baby. But I think it's important to realize, like, hey, let's figure this out. Because yes, crying is normal. I feel like crying is healthy. When you go too long without crying, it's almost sus. Like, you haven't been sad in a while, something bad's about to happen. That's how I feel about it. So I feel like getting that good cry in every now and again is good. But every night, no one deserves that. And I don't know how many of you are dealing with things right now, and I know there's not a lot that I can do for you. We all recently, and I know that a lot of people are probably gonna hate on me for it because, you know, I know that I'm not ugly. I know that I'm very lucky to have certain features. I know, okay, I do. But here recently, I've been feeling very, like, just hating myself for many reasons. And usually when pretty people say stuff like that, I'm always like, you're just fishing for compliments, like, shut up. But I'm not. I'm genuinely not fishing for compliments. Y'all don't have to say anything nice to me on this video. But, like, I guess I'm just going through an insecure period of time. I do have confidence. I do, and sometimes it's pretty high. Sometimes I'm like, let me humble myself real quick. Like, what are you doing? But I don't know, for some reason recently, I've just been feeling self-conscious of my looks, my voice, certain things that I don't have. And I know that's selfish because you can think about people that have a lot worse, or you'll see someone that you think is perfect saying stuff like I'm saying, and they'll be like, wow, I'd kill to have this and that and that and that. And I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but I just, like, recently I've like, why? That's just head empty, no thoughts, just why? That's it, okay? And I know a lot of us can relate because we don't always feel pretty or handsome all the time. Sometimes we don't, we just feel like, you know, not the greatest. And I won't go into a full-on speech about it, but just know that it's okay because I understand and I feel you, and so many others do. We constantly compare ourselves to the people that are worshipped on social media or like TikTok. TikTok is one of those places where you go to see the most good-looking people, but they'll really put you in the feels because it's like these are average people just living their lives that downloaded this free app, and now they're just showing off like who they are, what they do, what they look like. But why aren't they also perfect? I have seen so many beautiful, beautiful girls on TikTok and so many handsome guys, and it just makes me think, why look like that? Why don't I look like that? Why ain't I built like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? And stretch for a minute. Okay, so I think now I will talk about, I'll briefly talk about my Discord and just Discord in general. So, I downloaded Discord for one reason, and it is because one of my favorite VA channels, Oralescent, Matthew, my heart, my everything. I just adore Matthew so much. I've talked about him so much on my channel, especially during my lives. I cannot. I love him. But there was a Discord server strictly for people that simp for him. That was so me. So I downloaded Discord not knowing what the hell it was. I was so unaware about it, and I still don't know all the possibilities of it, all the uses of it. All I know is that I joined that server and I started to realize how it worked, and I met some friends on there that I am still friends with now. And one of them, my first friend on Discord, made a server called, I actually don't want to mention the name just because I didn't ask if I could include it, but it is like an ASMR server, and there are content creators on there, including myself and just a lot of others that have joined, because friends of friends, and it's not a huge server, but it is the most active one that I am in, that I use. I am in a lot of emote servers, which if you don't know what Discord is, the emotes are like the emojis that you make and put on there. You just have to know what I'm talking about, but I'm in servers that are strictly for emotes. But then I'm in a ton that are just like friend ones, or they have different purposes. And but the ASMR one is definitely always booming. And let me tell y'all, I just want to give a shout out to all the people that I've met via Discord. Now, because I did not ask them if I could include their names, I will not be including their names. I'm sure they wouldn't mind, but I want to respect them. So they know who they are, okay? it's so nice to see, and it's really nice when we can relate on things, but be in totally different locations. Like, that's how you know you're not alone, is when you have these struggles and you talk about them with these people and they are the same way in totally different situations, just totally, totally different lives, but y'all relate on that one thing, and it just makes you feel good to know that you got them and they got you, you know? And, I have my own Discord server, so I have talked about this before, and the link was always expiring. It was only last for a day, but I do have a forever link, and I do encourage you to join the server. Mine is pretty dead, I can't lie. Last time I talked about my server, people joined, a lot of people, like 300 people did, but they only joined to, I guess, say that they were a part of the server, and then just like dip, like some of them never got on again, and I'm like, I want you here so we can talk, so y'all can talk to each other, so y'all can all just keep the Gen Chat flowing. The Gen Chat is the general chat channel, like you just can send messages there all day, like it's so, yeah, my server is dead, but I do have a lot. I try to include everybody, like I have a lot of channels so we can relate to a lot of stuff, and I will put it in the description box. I really encourage y'all to join. I am on Discord all the time. All the time. So if y'all want to talk to me more, if y'all have something to say, questions for me, video requests, just anything like that, so well known. It's so OG. It's just so good. It will never grow old to me. I'm sorry, but it's just too good. It's too well thought out. So badass. Like, it's a mix between fantasy and just badass. Okay, so good. I love Naruto. I love all the characters. I could go on a whole rant about Naruto itself. So please let me know if y'all want a video dedicated to anime, a weeb only glass walls, okay? So I won't go into too much detail, but it's very gory, very, very gory, there's a lot of sad moments, some deaths in there, but there are some very attractive people, and y'all probably know who I'm talking about. Levi, Captain Levi. Captain Levi could literally just run me over. He could step on me. He could break all the teeth out of my mouth. He could just totally, completely destroy me. And I would say, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Captain Levi. Because he is so attractive. Oh my god, everything about him. He is just so one of the main reasons I started watching it, but I stayed for the whole show, okay? And the reason that I wanted to mention it now is because I already finished seasons 1 through 3, okay? There's only 3 seasons right now, but season 4 is coming out in December. I'm real excited for that one, okay? Everybody has glowed up. Everybody has gotten hotter. Everybody is just so crazy. There are so many plot twists in Attack on Titan. I cannot. But I just want to say, I'm obsessed with anime boys. Obsessed. Obsessed. Those 2D boys hit. If you're a weeb, you know. If you're not, you'll understand. They're so attractive. I cannot. And Levi Ackerman, he could. Anyway, okay. So Attack on Titan, back to Fruits Basket. It's such a cute one, and I don't want to spoil anything for you yet. I just want you to go watch it. I was hooked after episode 1. Episode 1 hooked me in. It was just so good. So please watch it. Now, I personally watched it dubbed, because again, I wanted to be able to do stuff, and I didn't think I would get into it as much as I did, but of course, you can watch it subbed, it doesn't matter. But the guys in there are so attractive, the girls are so attractive, everybody in Fruits Basket is beautiful, but Kyo, my baby Kyo, the just cutest. There's just so many cute scenes that really are so dear to my heart, especially season 2. Season 2, just, I hold that so close to my heart so much. Like, everything just gets better. I've cried many times during that show because of the sweet scenes or the sad scenes. So many good scenes. I love Fruits Basket, okay? New fave. I watched like 4 episodes today at school when I was supposed to be paying attention. Anyway, okay. And then My Hero Academia. Y'all probably have heard about it or know about it. I have a lot to watch, but I basically already know everything that happens because I spoiled things for myself. Let's not even talk about Todoroki or Bakugo or Deku, okay? Let's just not. They're my babies. I love them so much. I'm literally so obsessed with those 3. Todoroki, Bakugo, Deku, okay? Uzuku, my baby. Suku, my baby. Oh my god, so precious. I love those 3. I just want to hug them. I love them so. The things they do to my heart, they will never know. Good. Anyway, and then one that I just started, but it's already so badass, is God of High School. So I think this is only available on Crunchyroll, and a lot of you may not be able to afford another subscription, but Crunchyroll is so worth it if you really like anime. Now, the it's so badass, like so freaking good. So I've really been enjoying that. And there's another one I didn't write down here, but a cute one with some pretty good looking guys that was once a game, but they made it into an anime, is Mr. Love's Queen's Choice. I feel like I messed that up. Mr. Love, Queen's Choice, something like that. And that has a lot of handsome men, okay? I'm just saying, like, they could just, amazing. And there's so many more animes that I love and I could go on about, so please let me know if y'all want a video dedicated to me talking about them and just putting y'all on or relating to y'all. Like, please let me know, because that is where I belong. That is my aspect. That is just, and please recommend me some. If you really love one, please tell me about it, because A, I've either watched it or I've heard about it, or 2, I haven't, and you're about to put me on something life-changing. So please. Okay. Alright, so I've been talking for so long, but I do have one more thing to ramble on about, and that is some ASMR artists that I've been loving. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about some ASMR artists that I have recently been loving. Now, like I said, there are so many ASMR channels that I absolutely adore, that I think are so amazing. So many people, so good, okay? And I can do a video dedicated to all of my favorite ASMR channels, but these are just ones that I am like addicted to, and there's only 2 of them, okay? But the rest are some of my favorite VAs She is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. She has this big sister vibe that I live for. I think that's why I love her so much. Like, I literally obsess over her videos. I need to stop before she thinks I'm weird now. But she gives me that big sister vibe, like someone you can talk to about anything, someone who understands you. That's the vibes that I get from her, and I am obsessed with them. Like, I just love her. Oh, I'm so sorry if that was loud, but her whisper is so calming. Her tapping is so nice. Everything about her is gorgeous. I can't say enough good things, and I cannot sleep unless I listen to her videos at least once. Like, when I'm at school, this might be bad to do, don't recommend this, but I will like put my earbuds in and I will literally put on her video to like relax me while I'm at school. But that's a bad idea because I already am tired all the time and I already have no energy all the time. So when I put that ASMR on, I just be drifting off to sleep at school, and that's bad because I'm like, oh my god, like I need to do this math, but I want to go to sleep now. But 10 out of 10 is worth it because it's just so relaxing. Like, I just love doing it. Something about watching ASMR or listening to ASMR while you take notes or do other things at school just hit different. Something about that relaxation really hits different. So, yeah. I could say so much about her. I could do a whole video on her. But there is another girly that is underrated as well. And I obsess over these videos. Okay, so her channel name is Alyssa June. Okay, she does ASMR, and what I like about it is the lo-fi-ness to it. I'm not sure if she uses a professional mic or not, like a Yeti, but that doesn't matter. Like, she records on her phone like I am now, and like how Clarissa does, and something about her is just, I don't know, I love her whisper. I love her fast and aggressive videos. Oh my goodness, don't even get me started. My favorite triggers recently are fast and aggressive triggers, and y'all might be like, ew, what the hell? But trust me, okay? it's just so nice. So he makes more like fantasy role plays, but I know he plans on doing some boyfriend ones, or just like cool, like just different ones. The fantasy ones, they hit. I really enjoy them. He puts a lot of effort and hard work into his scripts. He's very creative with it. Just taught like his brain powerful, okay? But my favorite voice that he does is the shy boy voice, and I tell him this almost like all the time, almost every time we talk. I always like, that voice hits, okay? So my favorite video from him is this photography roleplay he did. Basically, he is the photographer and he is taking pictures outside, and then he sees you, the listener, the watcher. The shy boy voice gets me so adorable, so relaxing. It makes you feel so comforted, as well as his first video was so freaking adorable. It was just so sweet. I love Loomis. He's just amazing. His art, y'all need to go check him out, go hype him up, go support that channel, because he deserves all the love, and he's just overall a great person. So I could say so much about him, but I also have three others to talk to y'all about. So let's go ahead and like move on. Alright, the next VA that I want to talk to y'all about. Sorry if I'm messing with my hair. Oh, the next VA is Flavor Audio. Flavor Audio. Flavor Audio. Flavor. We are not as close as Loomis and I, but Flavor's channel is immaculate. Now, I think he's only made, I thought I wrote it down, I didn't, but he's, a newer channel, and please go show him some love. His voice is just so nice. His most recent video was like, I think, the school bully confesses to you. The way that I simped over that character he portrayed, so freaking, I love it. And he's so nice, okay? He's so nice. He's so funny when we talk, like on VC on Discord. He's so funny. Him and Loomis together are hilarious. They collabed. Actually, they did do a collab video. So it was so nice to see both of them like together in one video. It really made my heart go ooh woo, because I just love them so much, and their voices are just so nice. I am a simp for a nice voice. If you have a nice voice, I will call you out. I'll be like, oh my god, your voice is really nice. Romance ASMR. He is another ASMR artist that I found through Discord. Well, I actually think I found all of the VAs from Discord, but Romance, he has such a deep voice, very rich, very flavorful, okay? Very flavorful voice, deep, the accent, the quality, the sound quality of his videos are top tier. I love Romance. He is so sweet too, like on Discord. He is so, like, I don't know, like he greets people so nice. I know I'm talking about their channels, but I just want to say that they are nice people from someone that has talked to them. They're nice, and I feel like that makes watching their videos more enjoyable. Like being able, like knowing that they're nice people, and it just really helps, like when I'm listening to it, to know that even though they are in character, that at the end of the day, they are still that, you know, that kind person, okay? So, yeah. And then the last one, which I just started listening to, and he only has 4 videos, is Euphoric Audio. Euphoric Audio. Now, we know his name, but I don't think he said it on his channel, so I don't know if others know, so I will not say his name because I don't know, but the channel is Euphoric Audio, and he only has 4. It's crazy how I almost forgot what 4 looked like, but he has 4 videos, and they are very nice. If y'all want that accent, he's got it, okay? They both got it. The accent is there. He just, you know, they're all pretty much starting out fairly new to the community, so let's welcome them and let's support them, because, you know, that's what we're here for. And I am just obsessed, like I said, with VAs. I don't know, something about like the role plays. Everybody does different things, everybody has different styles, but I think, well, actually, some girlies just joined the server that I'm in, some ASMR artist, and the reason I didn't talk about them is because I just met them, so I want to get to know them a little bit more and watch more of their videos. But for a while, I was the only person there that did traditional ASMR, so the whispering, the visuals, the, you know, stuff like that. But I think the newbies that joined, we call them newbies, that's kind of disrespectful. The new girlies that joined, I think that they do that traditional type. They just like have the camera on and they record themselves, just like I do. So yeah, I'm really excited to see their channels grow as well. We're all fairly new. I think I've been doing it for the longest in that server at least, so I just love talking to them, and I like when they ask me questions because it makes me feel important. But yeah, I just thought that I would mention my luvbugs because I just love them so much, and they deserve all the hype. And there are so many others that have yet to be discovered, so I'm really excited to, you know, discover them and shout them out, give them the hype that they deserve.